Yeah, it's not. I'm not nice or anything, but I took out some trash cans today. Like we all need to take out the trash once in a while, and the trash like can contain some plastic clothing, Christianity. This long. It was like quite valuable jacket because it was like a long coat. It was quite like of an opera clothing, but it was made out of plastic, and I hated the feeling. It was disgusting, and the tag, the company was called Hot and Delicious. Like, you know what? Hot Delicious. What? Like, really? So I put it to the charity box, and also I threw out a rainbow bra because um it's like I also like it's not that I'm not nice, but I took out, of course, I took out the CD of like Manson, Shirley, just like to make a music, anyone, all you need to make a movie is a gun and a girl. No, 50739. All you need to make a movie is a gun and a girl. So you take a girl, and in Ireland, everyone is red haired, and you play them a movie, and men watch action movies. They watch. Then not some men, some guys are there. They not necessarily watch action movies, and then they put them into live. Crashing into cars. Or listen to Metallica, or Fuel, the song. Right? So all you need to make a movie, a record, is like Avril Lavigne and Shirley Manson. Manson sounds like a good name to me. The word Goldman Sachs or Manhattan or Pluto currency sounds also like a good name. Sense of compassion. Communication. It's like the way that Hewitt pronounces it. Like the way pronounce, like, and those, like, it's like, oh yeah, that's like Shirley Manson for you. I've got Shirley Manson. It's Steve Hewitt. In America, my email address. In America, my email address is it's actually battery at communication dot Nynorsk. Yeah. Okay, so I took that out and Trujillo, because like well, I don't like Trujillo, not because like anyone can play music, and like they think that they're like the shit because they play music, and that they have a French girl. Like, French girls, like in France, everyone is French. Yeah, and they're not cute, but it's ska and it's punk rock music. I mean, no, plus like a few kids, like the only kids I like are Castor Headfield. I mean, I like Castor Headfield because they look tortured, and they seem compassionate and honest, and I mean, but I'm not like excited about kids, but like it impresses me, and also the Danish kids. The Danish kids, I think it's Hirschfund. That was October. It's October. There's like festival. There's like a Tool festival in Norrköping, and no, it's like it's in Denmark, and yeah, but there's also one in Holland. Yeah, remember there was like this film that was nice, Mr. Holland's Opus, like it was nice. Yeah, I think that that was actually Elton John who composed the song. John Travolta, and his Royal Highness Filth. Oh yeah, that's like one thing to migrate towards. Migrate towards, like, as like birds of a feather that migrate towards the sun. Then I would definitely migrate towards Mr. Holland Yes, and of course, the day I watched, I went to the movies. I went to like one of my rooms, and it's a basement, and it has a TV set in it, and then there was this really nice film. It was so sweet. It was Emma Thompson was playing Danny, and there has been a fifth generation, and because I'm going to Liechtenstein. I'm traveling to, like, I want to travel to Israel. Like, that's my ultimate goal. Like, I feel only good in the Mizrach HaTichon, and it's not anywhere else, but it's like specifically, I don't know, like the longitude or latitude, but it would be, I don't know, like, I think Greenwich Village is 0, so that would be, I don't know, like 100 maybe. And then Persian Bay yet the north of it, and Safwan, which is like one of the city, and up in the north, and like on border with Lebanon, and but I'm not a military. I do speak Arabic and say Assalamu alaikum, but like and it has a couple of like Eilat and Haifa and Weizmann Institute. That's like I really get tears in my eyes when I think of Israel, because Israel, the country, and I wish like I lived there, but like it's like the anti-Eurozone. So like I think I'll travel. It's close by. It's Liechtenstein. My homeland, Liechtenstein, and yeah, and then I would gladly go to England, but last year I was really tormented. It was this like, oh gosh, I'm telling this to my brother Michael Angel. It was horror. Oh gosh, it was so bad, but like for me, because the conditions were really bad. I was like in jail, and there was this like horror. Oh my god! Like a short. It looked like a really a bad sperm, and it was like a live named Sylvia, and I would tell that to Lucas, my colleague Lucas, and I would tell he knew, like, because he was in law school with me, so he would know Sylvia Vashkir, who was like this like plumpy. Like I was 20, and I was like having my friend Eric, and he was really great. He was like the most magical person. I think it's like 23rd or 24th of January, and I was like, oh yes, it was like blistering cold. It was like the coldest winter ever, and we had a bear rug skin. It was so nice. And at the time, I was like, I had this like, there was this woman, like Lukas would know that. There was this woman at the law faculty, the Sylvia Vashkir, who was like well, she was having sex with all the professors. I'm sure that she had a disabled friend in her. It was like so Little Miss Perfect. She had a disabled friend in her rented apartment, and the year of birth was 1982. And they were like Little Miss Perfect. They spoke with a nasal voice, but their ass was so plump. She was like getting it on with like Pavlovic. She was like, oh man, she was like, Miriam, I'm getting it on with Pavlik. I'm going with him to the church, and such a floozy, like, or whatever, like a flurry. And flurry soup, and yeah, but I think she was a Taurus, or a Gemini, like similar, and I think she was a Taurus, and she was like having sex with the law professors, and she was getting straight A's, like this like colleague of mine, Shloime, Daniel of the Le Monde. Danse to Le Monde. Israel was established. I feel bad because, like, in Israel, like, some people, like, they, like, wasn't like super nice, but they were happy. So it was nice that they were happy. Okay, and Yeah, but I don't know why I'm getting so excited about Israel. But, uh, hmm, yes, so I don't know, like, some people definitely, like, from that time would, like, have memory of Sylvia Vashkir, and I would, I went a couple, and she could, oh yeah, because, my friend Lamont Fisher, he got also straight A's, though, because he's a guy, and he was like a Mason, he was like, he probably belonged to some, like, Night Order, convent organization, where he talked with other guys, and Sylvia was having sex with them. She was, like, riding their dicks, and I could tell because she had, like, long hair, it had long hair, and, like, years later, in 2021, when I was in jail, there was, like, this Sylvia came, and oh gosh, that was so scary. But it had black hair. It looked, oh gosh, it was like very short. It was shorter than me. And I'm 6'6", in my belly support. Oh, I like them. They're really comfortable. They're like the shoes that I always wear to the synagogue. They have a name. I know they have like a see-through heel, but it's like that's. But they're perfectly made. Like they're made like a capota for. They're made like if I were Hasidic, they would fit like a glove because they're like perfectly tailored for. I feel really comfortable in them. I walk in them and like they're really comfy, and they're like so smooth. The company's current mood, and and super comfy. I love those shoes. I like walking in them a lot. But right now I'm having Converse shoes. So and I always wear them to the synagogue. I wore them to the synagogue when it was I think it was Pesach, or it was like the holiday after Pesach, and there was I met the Voira, which is nice. You know, it's the courthouse. You know, it's very royal. The Voira was like daughter of Dina, and Dina is not having sex. It's not like Sylvia. Sylvia was a bimbo. Sylvia was a shiksa. She was a prostitute. Like the only innocent children. And my boyfriend Łukasz Urbanowicz was like a child because innocent, you know, and innocent, and but they were getting straight A's. Like they were getting straight A's out of like all A's or straight 5s and 6, and like the scale is 5 and 6, and they were getting 5s out of everything, and like no failed exams. And I failed a lot of exams. Like people wanted to you know, touch my ass, and my ass or my penis, and etc. So yeah, that was nice. And Sylvia at the time was like so sweet. She passed all exams. She was like, "Oh, Miriam, I know I study in bed. Ew, I can't believe this." And then like Sylvia was going to London. It never sucks. It just dries. And she's like, "What? An English lady in waiting?" No, it's not a lady in waiting. Oh no, they're actually ladies in waiting, and that's very innocent and valuable. And ladies in waiting, I think she's like Lady Pompadour. She's Lady Pompadour, like, you know. And then, but actually, what I saw in reality, when I was incarcerated and internated, I was internowany, and well, and there was gosh, it was horror. It was like this bad seed, but it was sweet. There was like this girl like screaming, "Oh, Miss Sylvia," but it was some sickness, or it was some drugs. But they were like, and they were running like bare feet, like with black feet, and I'm sure that Sylvia Vashkir was like running like that naked in Manhattan with her boyfriend Pavelik, where she took that. I'm sure that they were like two kids running around naked in Manhattan thinking that they're the shit. And like she was like, "Oh, I'm eating pastrami." Well, at the best case you can be as Italian. And I'm not saying like I'm not Jewish, so like, but I know that for people, I know that it's European is valuable for people to be Jewish ancestry, because It's valuable, but like they're blonde bimbos in Israel don't exist. Now, sometimes like, there is a tribe of Norwegian Jews in Israel, but you have to be a Viking. And like Sylvia, no, like I'm talking about a specific person. They were like really pretty, but they had everything, you know, like they had everything. A disabled friend at home named Agata, but they were getting it on with professors, and she was earning money. She was earning money as a prostitute. Like, not, yeah, possibly with the professors. With the professors, she got straight A's from everything, and she had a lot of money. And she's like, oh, I have to make money. But, you know, she was probably recording videos of her act at the age of, I was 21. That was 3 years older than me, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25. And she got engaged at that time when that little whore got okay, like calling somebody a whore. I've been called a whore probably, and at that time that Miss Sylvanian families, I purchased this ring, and this one, but it's been to, and I went to the Diamond District, which is Russian, and some young innocent guy, like he actually touched my hand. They were like two guys and brothers, like, you know, Hasidic guys always like run the diamond stores, and he put like, he was like, oh, that's a really beautiful diamond. And I was like, oh no, thank you. It was very nice, a nice moment. So I purchased this one, and it's astronomical money. And I got the money through robbery of my own home, because there was a robbery of my home, and there was a flooding ship, and I took the gold, and I sold it in a pawn store, and I bought Sicily clothing for my Spanish class dance for flamenco. I bought Sicily because it was like nice. It was a new world. We had two favorite stores, Clairefontaine, with like stationery, you know, for writing, for notes, for history, and I had this like funky handwriting, and I liked glitter pens, and but I was at the New World. That was a really good store, like slot right in the middle of the New World, and but next to it was the Sisley store. Oh yeah, yeah, Stefana. Like, my cousin, she would be like, Stefana. I was like, T-shirt. Yeah, I mean but that was like it was not sad. Actually, it was really good. I was like, but the only commemorative, probably all those nights, and yet was like one of like that one of the guys I liked a lot. I mean, I liked all of the four guys, but wait a second, it was a castle party. Yeah, and they were like, oh, you know what? Show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me smile, she said, the one that makes me laugh, she said. She threw my hands around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise you that I'll run away with it. It's like it's called, no, I had this like, maintenance, my maintenance friend, and he was like, you know what, all like, it was like, oh, there's like bad people out there, killers on the road. There's like killer on the road, and like, there has to be like, whenever there's a killer on the road, there has to be some like panacea. There has to be a panacea to the situation. So, he was like, you know what? It's always why can't I be you? But I was like, no, it's Liechtenstein. I was like, no, don't do this, it's gay. I was like, no, gay, definitely not. Anyone can play the gay note, and anyone can play bass guitar, and so anyone, it's really easy, and there are kids, you know, anyone can produce kids into the world with a French woman. And in France, every woman is French. And okay, nothing, and everyone has a zodiac sign. It's just like, thank you to the two lovely goats. Now, I know it's not nice, but like, for me, those better times where everyone was doing colors, and it was just like more functional with no, but I used to actually have a boyfriend, and they were gay, and they had a daughter. They were homosexuals, and they had a daughter and a wife, and they were from New Hampshire, and they were a bachelor, and born on August 3rd, which is it was not like a mystification, it was like actual occurrence, August 3rd, and the name was Jason, and they were of German descent somehow. Their last name was like Sheva Helmeting, and it was like definitely of military origin. And that was like a really nice innocent time in my life. And and also, but we call it the new homestead was a good time. And the Ryan was very sexy, and like Trujillo was a fat monkey, funky junkie. No, I'm not saying the guys. I have no feelings attached, because like Latinos, apart from my own kin, don't really do that much to me. I like all Latinos, but not somebody who thinks that they're like that they swallowed the all languages of the world, because like what, like they're kinky and horny. That's like all they are. And Newstead was not like that, and neither was Jason. Huh? Yeah, Jason was not like that, and it was a good time. And he was like, "Wait a second, Metallica, you look like Metallica." On MySpace, he was like, "Wait a second, you look like Metallica," because I posted a picture of myself, and at the time, Professor Wojtek Kosot was gay, and he also wanted to touch my ass, and I was like, "Bitch," but so yeah, but Kosot is like fat and ugly. No, but Łukasz is like, what? I didn't notice that they were gay. I was like, dude, they're gay. Like they're going to Florida. Like, but in Florida, not necessarily gay people go to Florida. And Kosot, he's a kind of like a late Aries, the same date of birth as William Shakespeare. So it is like. So, I mean, that's nice. I used to like William Shakespeare. Yeah, but I have no hurt feelings. Like, Professor Kosot is wise, but they're queer, right? And, yeah, but, I met this, like, woman once, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm with Wojtek Kosot," and she was like a yellow sunshine. I didn't open my sexuality card in law school because it's so inappropriate. I would have never done that. So I didn't get good grades. My grade point average was 3.53, but I got a scholarship, and I bought my guitar, which is I bought my guitar for my 13 months of scholarship, and I got the guitar. And then when I went to Vienna. But I didn't get a good, because like, if you were having sex with a professor, I never did this with anyone. Because I turned off my sexuality. Like Professor Weitz, he was like really nice, and he was like, yeah. Because I don't tell people sex tales during encounters, which are important exams. Like I don't do those things like that. Like so inappropriate, and yeah, that's why I wasn't really like the star of the shit show. But my colleague, with the guy with the green eyes, because his eyes were green and his hair was black, and he got straight A's. No, because he's a guy, guys like talk with men.